I have a few finished objects, an almost finished object, and some more successful than others. Hi there and welcome. My name is Lisa and you're watching LiseLight. I'm a Danish knitter based in Copenhagen, and this episode is a regular podcast episode where I will share what I've made and what I'm working on and so forth. So before we get started, please consider subscribing. I really love to see all the people who are joining my channel. It really helps me out when you subscribe. And also leave a comment and tell me what you're working on. It's so lovely to be part of the community around here. So I absolutely love that. So without further ado, we have to move into Danish word or expression of the day. And the word today is kind of a silly one. I think I said in my last podcast episode that I wanted to do some knitting related ones, and I'm definitely going back to that. But I got inspired by this it's a silly word, but it's because I saw a reel on Instagram with somebody who was talking about how many expressions in German that they have where the word sausage, Wurst in German, is a part of the expressions. And I was just giggling. I thought it was really funny. It made me think if we have any expressions in Danish, and we have at least one. We might have more, so if there are any Danes in the viewing this episode, please let me know in the comments below if there are some obvious ones. But the one that I wanted to do today is actually an expression that I use myself once in a while. And it's the word pølsesnak. And it's with this funny letter O with a slash through it that's pronounced Ø in Danish. So the word for sausage is pølse, and snak means talk. So what it means, sausage talk. And of course that makes no sense in English, but what it means is actually it means that you're sort of not making sense. You're saying a lot of words, but it doesn't really ring true to whoever is listening to you. They don't understand what are you getting at. So you can say it about yourself. Oh my God, that was a lot of pølsesnak, where you just sort of rambled on, and you can sort of hear yourself. This makes no sense. I need to rephrase it because everybody is lost in the conversation. And you can say it about somebody else. So it made me laugh because I thought it was such a funny concept. But that's definitely a really silly word that you probably can't use for anything because you definitely can't say it in English. So, but there you have it. That's a Danish word or expression of the day. With that being said, let's get back to the regular podcast content. So I have a few finished objects, an almost finished object, and some more successful than others. Let's start with the most successful one. That's my modified Wednesday sweater for my second daughter. I have three, so the one in the middle. It's this beautiful black woolen sweater. It's a pretty rustic yarn that I've used. It's from a Danish company called Vedels. So it's they call it heavy lamb's wool. So it's more than DK weight. Again, is it worsted? Is it? I'm not too good at figuring out the weight of yarn because we don't use that as much in Danish as you do elsewhere. But it's knit on 5mm needles. It's not dense. It's sort of lightweight. I think I used about 500 grams for it. So of course it has some weight to it, but it's not, oh God, there's so much fluff on it anywhere. But it's just the modification consists of me doing double ribbing everywhere. That's what they wanted. I knit one in Drops Nepal for my youngest daughter. And the pro of that sweater is it's very, very soft because it's got alpaca in it. Is it 100% alpaca? I think it is. But oh my God, it pills so badly. Whereas this is more rustic, and she's not gonna see any pilling. I have a bunch of stuff knit in this type of yarn, and it's the drawback is I feel like it attracts. Maybe it's also the color. It attracts. Look at all this little fluff all around. That's the only drawback of this type of yarn, but it could be the color as well. Other modification, I did the size small, and then I did the armholes. You see it from the back here. Let's do the front. I made the armholes. Let me see. I can't figure this out. The armhole a little deeper than what the pattern calls for, and then I did not do any decreases of the sleeve, so it's just straight out, and then it doesn't really cinch in at the cuff, which is also what they wanted, this big loose cuff for the style. It's very Scandinavian style sweater, and I think she's going to get a lot of great use of it. I'm giving it to her today, and if I'm able to grab a little bit of video for you, I may be able to insert it in the video. If not, actually, this is probably also a good place to ask. Please follow me on Instagram, because I don't post every day. I'm not that like good at it, but I try to be more current with what I'm posting on Instagram. So if you want to see updated snapshots of what I'm working on, that's definitely the place to go. So I'll put it on the screen, and also a link. You can always find the link down below. Just look for LiseLight and you'll find me over there. So please come follow me there. It's great to also have the community move to that platform. So yeah, I'm happy with it. I think it turned out really nice. Again, it's really difficult to show on screen, but that was definitely a success, I feel like. Second finished object is made from the same yarn. And these I'm not so sure that I like, and there are several reasons. I wanted to do slippers, which was intended to be Christmas presents for, I think, mostly the boyfriends of my daughters. I figured let's find a pretty simple pattern. I know a lot of people are using the Sandnes yarn free pattern with which are like double slippers, and I was looking at them and then thinking, first of all, they're crazy warm, which I think for younger people may be a little too much, at least for the climate we live in here in Denmark. It doesn't get that cold. And second of all, holy moly, a lot of yarn you need for just one pair of slippers. And I was sort of in doubt. I mean, not that I don't want to make an effort for these guys, but I was a little bit in doubt whether they're even going to appreciate the amount of work that goes into that. So I was looking for a different pattern, and then I found this pattern for free on Drops. I saw somebody else, a Danish YouTuber, who mentioned the pattern, and I saw hers knit before she felted them. And it's called lemon loafers, I think they call them in Drops. I'll put the pattern below. It's free, as all Drops patterns are. And it calls for Drops yarn, but I use the same wool yarn that I did the sweater in. And they, I was on gauge, so I figured that's smart. And what you do is you start from here, then you do stockinette until you get to this point, and then you do garter stitch the rest of the way, and then you stitch it up here, and you close up the tip of it completely, which everything is fine. And then I felted them, and I think they felted as they should. If I get a little closer, you can kind of see you can see the stitches, but they're quite felted. So I think that was, you could say, a success, I guess. I just did 40 degrees in the washing machine, a regular cycle with nothing else in it. What happened though is, and it looks even worse on camera, it's not as bad in real life, but look at all the little white thingies stuck in there, which must be something that is in the yarn, I believe, because there was nothing else in the machine with it. So it's not like it's come from somewhere else. And I've tried to depill it. I have this little machine thing, and it doesn't really, it took away the worst of it, but there's still so much of it that I don't think I can get rid of it. So first of all, I think that looks kind of sloppy. Just doesn't make it, they look like slippers you have used for a while. So that's problem number one. Second, there's absolutely no structure in it. And I don't think I can felt it anymore. It definitely doesn't have a lot of give in it anymore. So I think that's not the issue. It's a little bit odd. And then the third problem, which I think is probably the most serious one, is they are so slippery. I know they're called slippers, but I don't think that's the intention of the word. I mean, in most Danish apartments, we have wooden floors. Some are smoother than others, but what I have here is not any high quality floors. I think seriously, I would go into a split if I tried to walk around in them in here. They're kind of dangerous. I mean, you would be sliding around like crazy wearing these. And I know you could put latex on, you could sew on a sole and whatnot, but it turned this project into something that I wasn't intending to. So I'm kind of at the point where I think I will gift it to the first intended boyfriend. They all three have a boyfriend. So I started with one of them because I know his shoe size. And I'm going to see him today as well. I think I'm going to gift it to him. Just say, listen, would you have any use of these? If so, please take them. If not, I'm not going to get mad if you don't want them, because I'm not crazy about them, to be honest. So I don't think this is going to be the strategy for gift knitting. I think I could have done better with a more fitted pattern. I mentioned a couple in my gift knitting video that I can link for you if you like. And maybe I should have gone with those instead, because I think maybe also that could have helped with the structure of the thing, where this is really, really simple. But yeah, I'm not too convinced that this is going to be the way to go. But at least I finished pretty quick to do. It was kind of fun to try to felt, and that went pretty well. It could be the yarn, it could be a bunch of issues with these, but I think the slippery part is probably the worst part of these. So probably not going to do more of those. My third finished items are these slow morning socks that I've done. Also, I think as a gift for one of my daughters. I haven't decided who yet. These are knit on 3mm needles. It's not designated sock yarn, which means that they will probably not do well if you wash them in the machine. So they need to be hand washed. It's not delicate yarn as such. It's not 100% wool. It's also from Vedils. It's a mixed, I think it's 25% polyester and then wool. The stitch definition isn't beautiful on them, I think. I mean, it's kind of a funny yarn. It's sort of uneven in a way, but I think they turned out fine after they were blocked. And in fact, I want to show you something, a little idea I got for blocking socks. If you notice this weird thing sticking out, this is my homemade sock blocking tool that I decided to DIY myself, because usually what I've done in the past, I haven't really paid much attention to blocking my socks. I've sometimes I have put them in water and soap and rinse them out and just place them on something flat, but not really put them into shape, because I kind of feel like the moment you put them on, they're kind of blocked that way. But of course, they don't look as nice. They look kind of sad when you just finish them. But then I was looking at, I have a different size shoe than my daughters. They have sort of around the same size, all three. But I was like, oh my God, I need to buy 2 sets of these sock blocking wooden things. And it's not that they're crazy expensive, but they're not cheap either, which is fine. I mean, they're made of wood. Somebody has cut them out and did cute little shapes in them and whatnot. or you can get them in metal and whatnot. But I mean, in Denmark, you probably need to pay around 120 kroners for a pair of those. So I would need the 250 kroners or such for two sets to sort of cover my needs for the sock blocking things, and even more if I wanted to do bigger sizes for the boys as well. And it's not the end of the world, but I was getting a little annoyed with the fact that there's so many things you can spend money on, and those were they were kind of in the same realm as spending money on I don't know, necessities that just turn out to be expensive, but you have to buy them. So I was like, there's got to be a better way. And then I saw somebody again on YouTube, I think again a Danish different knitter, but she makes them herself in cardboard. Because she had the same issue with, she knit a lot of socks for kids and she never had the right size. So she will do them in cardboard and then use them a couple of times and throw them out. And I was like, well, gotta be able to do better. So I was thinking placemats that are made of sturdy plastic. You can get those even new, pretty cheap around, but you can also definitely find them in thrift stores. And this is why this is one of the more ugly ones. I don't know what they were thinking, the people who designed this. This is part of a placemat. But it's kind of, you can maybe even, like, it's kind of sturdy plastic. And so I bought this, and then I took the finished sock before I blocked it, placed it on top of the placemat. I could fit two in one placemat actually. And then I just drew with a marker around the sock, made it tall because these are quite tall socks because they're made to be cuffed. So I made them longer, probably added around a centimeter around, so I didn't go quite close to the sock, but just a little bigger all the way around, pretty much following the shape. And then I cut it out with scissors. And then I made a hole in top so I could hang it up if I wanted to. And I was kind of thinking that I would need to make holes in it in order for the sock to dry. But I just put this on my drying rack as this, completely wet. I blocked the sock, put it on my drying rack like this. Overnight, and they were dry in the morning. So absolute success, if you ask me. I think this works fine. They're not pretty, but man, they work. No issues here. So I'm pretty happy with my little invention. I've done a different pair for myself, and who knows, maybe down the line I'll buy a real set. But I think they do the job, because I was thinking, well, I may use the ones for the kids. For Christmas, I might use them 2-3 times, and then it may be 8 months before I use them again. So it's going to be a lot of money just sitting in my closet. So I got a little cheap, I admit, but I just figured, why not try to DIY this? When it comes to the sock, I've mentioned this pattern before in my gift knitting video. It's a free pattern with short row heel and just 2x2 rib, very simple. It's the first time I usually do a shadow wrapped heel, which I definitely like better. Now this sock is not for me, but I think if it was for me, I would have trouble fitting it right here because my wrist is sort of high up here. So I think I would have issues with this part of the sock. I don't think it's a problem for my daughters, but I'm not crazy about this heel. It was very easy to do, fun to do actually, I think. But yeah, I'm not convinced that that's the way to go for me in the future. But now I've tried it, so no worries there. So yeah, these are my finished socks that will be a Christmas present for somebody. Nice, simple socks that are warm but not too thick. Because again, 3mm needles, it means that you will still be able to fit them in most of your shoes. I think last time I knit with this yarn for socks, I held it double, so it will turn into more along the lines of the Sunday socks by Petite Knit. And that may have been the pattern I used back then. I can't remember. I thought it was this one, but I'm fairly certain I've never knit exactly these before, but now I have. So there's that. And those were my finished objects. And then I have a couple of stuff that I'm working on at the moment. And the most exciting one is definitely the beautiful Electrine. And again, it's going to be difficult to see it. I can't show it completely yet. I'll show what it's supposed to look like on the photo that I insert here. But next time, in my next episode, it'll definitely be finished because I'm so close. It's got a rounded neckline with an I-cord edge on it. Then it has this beautiful lace pattern at the bottom of the sweater. And then the sleeves have the same lace pattern on, and they sort of widen out at the edge, and also the I-cord edge to finish them off. And boy, have I've made a lot of changes to this. I don't think I'll go into the longest details today. I think I will wait till I have the complete finished sweater. But what I can say though is I blocked it, or semi-blocked it, 3 times by now. And I'm so happy I did. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll see the difference, the crazy difference. When I was knitting the stockinette part here and deciding when to start the lace part, I was thinking it was this much above my waistline, and I was considering going considerably longer. Then I blocked it, and seriously, it grew by this much. And then I did first one repeat, 1.5 repeats of the pattern, and then I started on the sleeve. I blocked it again after I did the 1.5 length of the pattern, because I wanted to be sure to know how much space the pattern takes up, so I could figure out how long I needed to make the sleeve before I started the lace pattern. Because what it recommends is you go with either a whole pattern or a half pattern when you end one of the pattern repeats. But a half pattern repeat is quite a lot. So if you're 1 centimeter away from the desired length, you're kind of a little bit in trouble if you want to do it. I guess, of course, you could end it somewhere else, but I think it just looks nice to follow the recommendation there. So anyways, I figured that out. Then I did the sleeve, blocked that again just to be absolutely sure. And I almost feel like the sleeve grew more than this, maybe because there is more lace. And I don't know how that works, but it was absolutely perfect. This is 3 repeats of the pattern. And then I looked again at because I had done the I-cord finishing, and I was up to here. I can't even figure out how to show this. Like, I think right here is 1.5. And then I went back, actually, it took out painstakingly the I-cord edge and did a half repeat more. So now this is 2 repeats, and the sleeves are 3 repeats. And I think it looks better together. It just got too short. I don't want it too long, but I think it got too short. So 2 repeats and 3 repeats, I think, is the magic number for me. And where I'm at the moment is have begun the lace pattern on sleeve number 2. So I think we're definitely getting there. So within a few days, this will be done. You can see the huge difference of blocked, not blocked. How crazy it looks! It almost looks like there's a change in color. So quite crazy transformation of the blocking. The fit overall just improved crazy. So I'm so excited about this to get it done. It's this beautiful soft blend of cashmere and merino, and I know I'm gonna get so much use out of it. I love the color. I have a lot of brown and green stuff going on. I think it'll be just awesome. So very, very happy with that. And then my next work in progress. As always, I love to have socks going on my needles, and this is for myself. This was a yarn I bought in Amsterdam, the Sauberball Crazy, I think it's called Magic Crazy or something like that. And I'm going to do Summerlee socks, a pattern I just bought from her. I'll put it on the screen because I can't remember the name. It has a different heel than I've tried before. I was intrigued by that because apparently that gives you more room across here, which is what I need. So I'm kind of happy with my shadow wrapped heels, but I think it's always interesting to try out new constructions because who knows, maybe you'll find the perfect one for you. So yeah, just very simple, just working on it. And I'm just doing, this is a 2x1 rib on top, a small section, and then stockinette. So these, because there's so much color going on, I just want to do stockinette. I think any kind of pattern will just drown out in this yarn. I feel like I have a lot of yarn, more than I need for one pair of socks. So that's kind of cool. I think I read someplace that the two socks are probably not going to look alike because you can't really. Maybe that's a crazy name that comes from that. You just sort of have to go. They have long sections of color, and then it'll, like, you can almost see like this is much more pinkish, where this is much more dark red. So I might get two pretty different socks, which I'm not mad about because I think that's kind of fun. So very enjoying it. It's very, very nice yarn to work with. It's got a really nice grip, but I haven't done much because I'm concentrating on finishing the Electrine and then moving on to other things. So when it comes to acquisitions, there's absolutely nothing except for the placemats that I bought in thrift stores and cut up for sock blocking devices, which was huge success. But my current plans at the moment, when I'm done with this, I might look into more gifts. I definitely need, if I want to knit something for the boys. And I'm kind of reconsidering whether I want to do that for the boyfriends of my daughters. I don't know if they'll appreciate it. To be honest, I'm not going to sit here and work on a whole bunch of stuff that they kind of don't want. That's a little silly, I think. I think my daughters definitely would appreciate a couple of soft things. I have a couple of skeins left of this, and I'm thinking of either doing a Sophie-like scarf for one of them. I may only need one ball of yarn for that, I believe. Or maybe do fingerless mittens, either for myself or for somebody else, because this beautiful yarn should definitely not go to waste. But that could be pretty perfect, I feel like. And then also the yarn, I'm wearing the Miles tee by Osetta today. I love this t-shirt, and this is knit in alpaca, which is also, it's not as soft, but it is quite soft. I think that would be quite beautiful for a little scarf as well. So I'm considering maybe doing that. Also, I think that could be a fun little gift. So a green one for one of them, and this one for the other one, and then socks for the third one. So that could be kind of fun. And then I'm considering also from the video I did. I don't know if I still have it. I have 3 balls of this alpaca boucle that I use for I think a poncho type thing I knit for my friend way back. And I saw Petite Knit has this clutch made in this type of yarn. It's from Gepard, I think, but it's the exact same construction of the yarn. And I was like, this would be just perfect to get this done. It's even almost the same color as what she's used, or maybe hers is more beige, but still it's got this brownish, it looks gray on screen, but it's more light brown in real life. But I'm thinking of buying two of the closing. It's like the one that snaps closed. The little purse. I'll put a picture up of it, or a clutch. And I'm thinking if I did the small version, I think I would have enough to do 2. So I might do those as well. Maybe keep one myself and gift one to my friend, maybe, or I don't know. I think that could be a fun little project to do those because I think they're kind of cute. And then do a cute lining of some kind. I can just sew that myself. So I only have like little gift projects that I'm going to do on the side. And then I am dying to get going with, and I don't want to spoil too much of that yet, but I think I have decided my next project, which is going to be a color work thing that I'm so excited about. And I mean, this is me saying that color work is probably not my thing, but I found out it depends. It's not going to be a crazy color work project with a bazillion colors, but it's going to be a really, really pretty one that I'm dying to see if the yarn that I have could work for. So I'm going to start, the minute I'm done with the Electrine, I want to start casting on and doing swatches for different combinations of things. So that's exciting. And then also, I have plans for some other yarn I have at stash, where I'm going to knit, I think, a t-shirt from Other Loops, which I'm also very excited about, because that's going to be a more, in the beginning, there's some stuff going on. Again, I'll get more into that when I've set on it and done swatches. So you'll have to wait till my next, probably my next podcast video for those details. But those are my plans. So I'm not planning on adding any new yarn at the moment to my collection. I want to get these projects done first. And then I want to go in and look at, in the spring, maybe it's time to go look and see if there's other stuff that I want to start working on. But I'm very excited about the current plans. So again, if you are knitting on something yourself, if you're way into, I'm curious about gift knitting. Actually, is that something you do, or do you have the same sort of, like, I feel like you only gotta knit for the people who really appreciate it. I think it's so much effort to put into something if people don't really appreciate it. If they're just going, thanks. No, I mean, I don't really want to do it. Then I think I could come up with other presents that are more appropriate. But if they really appreciate the time and effort that goes into it, I love to knit for others. So that's kind of my thing. When I knit sweaters for my daughters that they absolutely love, that makes me happy, and I'll definitely do that. But yeah, so I don't know exactly where we'll end up with that, but we'll see. I think that's what I have for you for this week's podcast episode. Not as long-winded as some of my other podcast episodes, but I guess that's kind of cool too. Before I leave you, please subscribe if you're not already. It really, really helps my channel out. And again, I look forward to reading all your beautiful, nice comments. I love this community we have in here. And with that being said, I just wish you happy knitting and hope to see you soon in my next video. Take care.